Guys, welcome back to Tune3ree Radio, and I'm here to give you the updates on the second head of house games in the Big Brother Titans house. Okay, my name is Cleo and I am your host, and I'll be guiding you through all the events that took place tonight. Okay, stay tuned with me. Let's get into it. So the housemates were asked to work in pairs of male and female. Okay, and they were asked to form a name for out of their own names for each of the groups. And the first round was really interesting because the girls were supposed to tie a basket that has 6 balls in it around the waist of their male partner. So the rule was that they were going to twerk out all the balls, all the 6 balls, like twerk as in really shake their bum bum. So the first 6 guys to have all the balls out of the baskets would progress into the next round. That was really interesting to watch. It went down, and so the winners for the first round were Juicy J, Blaqboi, Miracle, Kanaga Jr., and Tabang. And Big Brother congratulated them, and then they moved on to the second round. But the second round was for the girls. Yes, the girls were supposed to play the second round, and this is how the game actually works. If you win, you and your partner moves on to the second round. So you know you're not just playing for yourself when you play, you're playing also for your partner. So for the second round, there were 6 toilet papers rolled out at a stretch at a particular distance, and there was a glass of wine on each of them. The rules of the game was that the girls were supposed to roll back the toilet paper without having the glass fall off, you know, and it was quite flexible because you could put your glass back if you cut the tissue paper and continue rolling. But sadly, some people didn't really understand the rules of the game, and a lot of people were disqualified. Only 2 girls made it to the third round. Only 2 girls, and those girls, the winners of the second round, were Ipeleng and Kosi. Both of them were the only ones who played the game as the rule stated, and they won and moved on to the third round. Yeah. So moving on to the third round, the rule of the game was very, very simple. So Ipeleng and Kosi won the second round, and they had to come back to play the third round with their partners respectively. So Ipeleng's partner was Blaqboi and Kosi's partner was Miracle. So the rules of the third round was very, very simple. All the pair had to do was to balance 4 balloons. That is 2 balloons per person. You don't have to let your balloon fall to the ground. That was what Big Brother said. Their balloons were supposed to remain in the air for a particular period of time. So they didn't really understand. I noticed from the beginning of the game that they didn't really understand the rules of the game, especially Kosi. Kosi was so confused as to how to execute that task. But Big Brother explained it to her, and then they moved on to play the game. At first, they got it wrong because they were trying to be too careful. They were trying to not throw the ball too much into the air or too high into the air. But Big Brother stopped the game and had to explain to them again and told them to feel free to hit their balls a little bit higher. If not, it will be like they're not really playing the game. You understand? You have to be challenged a little bit. So they did the game for the second time, and at the sound of the buzzer, mind you, you're not supposed to be holding your ball at the end of the game. Once there's the sound of the buzzer, the balloons are supposed to be in the basket or on the ground, not on your hands or not in your hands. But at the sound of the buzzer, Kosi still had the balloons in her hand, and Big Brother disqualified her and Miracle. So automatically, Blaqboi and Ipeleng won the head of house game. Oh, I remember something. I didn't tell you guys. The head of house game this week would have 2 winners, 2 head of house. I didn't hear Big Brother talk about a deputy. He said 2 heads of house, 2 heads of house. Okay, so it seems like They both have equal power. That is Ipeleng and Blaqboi. They both possess equal power as head of house or as heads of house. Okay, so they were given the rights and privileges to the head of house room or head of house lounge and the treats that are there inside for them and them alone to enjoy. And also, as usual, they would enjoy immunity from this week's nominations. So I think this week's head of house game was amazing. I think Big Brother tried to go in with a lot of creativity and with a lot of challenge to the housemates. He called their first week honeymoon phase. So I wonder what this week holds for them, and I wonder what the nominations would bring, because definitely this weekend there's bound to be an eviction or two. We don't know. We're looking forward to seeing what will happen right there. So the tales of house, let's get to the tales of house. Nelisa and Yemi were a team. They were a pair. They paired together, and so there came up lists, as in they were the lasty, the one that didn't put too much effort, the ones that failed the most. So they came up as the tales of house. As usual, they were given the tales to wear for the whole week, but Big Brother added a twist to this week's tales of house. Trust me, you don't want to be the tale of house in Big Brother Titans house this week, because they are not allowed to speak. Yes, they were given boards, as in writing boards. So if they have to say anything for the whole week, they're supposed to write whatever they're going to say before they say it. And you have to say what you're saying word for word, as in what you're saying, that thing you wrote on the board, they have to say it exactly, verbatim, word for word. That is outrageous. I mean, what if they are quarreling with each other or with someone else? How are they going to speak? Like, before I write everything I want to write, hey God, I would have forgotten and forgiven the person that I had issues with. Trust me, this week is going to be very, very fun. I can't wait to see what is going to be for them, because speaking, they're not allowed to go out, they're not allowed phones, they're not allowed, in fact, they're not even allowed music all the time. The only distractions they have, the only way they can really entertain us is by speaking. And now that on its own has a restriction for the tales of house. That is a very interesting thing to look out for this week. And I trust that you're going to have a good time if you catch up with us, because we're here to always give you all the updates you need on the Big Brother Titans. So that's it about the head of house games this week. Until we go again for another head of house next week, you will still see me in your faces, bringing you premium gist, premium entertainment, and all that you deserve. Okay, this is Tune3ree Radio. Feel free to subscribe. Click the notification bell, because you want to be notified whenever we drop all our content. You don't want to miss any one of them. And also go to all our social media platforms, follow us, and it's at Tune3ree Radio. Leave comments. We want to know your opinion. Join the conversation. Be part of us. Thank you for watching this episode. Thank you so much. Until I see you in our next video. For me, it's bye-bye.